and all that. So that's the bittersweet is so obvious that that's how we're feeling about it. So um, this was about the game. This was a really interesting job for us today to play like that on offense and not convert a third down the whole day. We ran the ball for over 170 yards, which is fantastic. Mike Davis ran like crazy. He gave us a great effort today when Chris couldn't go, and Rashad helped out as well. It was the kind of style we like. That's fine for us winning that way. I know everybody wants to have these big margins and all that stuff, but that's playing offense and defense and special teams all day long and giving yourself a chance to win on the last play of the game, and we did. And that's how it goes sometimes, and I have no problem with that. We got to clean up third down, though. I mean, that's for sure, and all the way across the board. We came up short on I think two or three of the third downs were because of a penalty or because we're just short of the sticks, and it made a big difference in the game. To clock them in a game like this I don't even know how you do that when you don't convert on third down, but we were able to. So I'm really fired up for the guys, fired up to get this win at the end of the game, to teach the guys that have not been with us about coming through. The 2-minute drive was beautifully executed. Use of the clock, Russ using the running game, mixing it up to get us down there. 7 plays, 30-something yards, whatever it took to put Seabass in the 50s. You get him in the 50s, you got a great chance now. So unfortunately, we missed a couple kicks early, and so it made this one real dramatic at the end. But he came through when we needed him most, and so we're fired up for that. I thought one of the great plays in the game, Trey Flowers pulling the ball out and forcing a turnover. We weren't able to take advantage of that, but that's something that we're really proud of. And to be +1 on the day, we know when we're plus, we win. And the numbers just are extraordinary how we do that. But that's what it takes, and so it really means that the offense didn't turn the ball over today, and so that's a fantastic effort for those guys. That's a couple weeks in a row, and we sure love that. So bittersweet day. Um, I don't know. It's a lower leg fracture. Yeah. Yeah, I'll give you that.
Did you see, I'm sure you've heard about his gesture to the sidelines on his way out?
I don't know. Somebody said something. I don't know anything about that. I don't know. It's a big stadium. Could be. I don't know where it was aimed at. Earl was extraordinarily poised on the field for what just occurred, to be so clear and so resolved to what he knew what happened, and but he was so poised and giving back to the players and all of us, and so I don't know what happened after that.
Can you realize this is exactly what he's been fearing and holding out for?
That's why it's so bittersweet. Yeah, and we've just turned things around, and everything was going in a really positive direction, and all of that. So it breaks my heart that we're talking about this right now.
Will Disley, what's the initial word on him?
It's a patellar injury.
Pete Carroll was going to look like it was going through your heart, throat at the last minute. What were your emotions? He was going to get out.
Well, I've been through a lot of games, and Coach Grant told me a long time ago he just want to give him a chance to win on the last play of the game, and so we had done that, and we had missed so many opportunities in the game that it had to come down to that drama, and fortunately, we got a guy that's been there more than anybody in history, and he came through for us. But it was because of what had occurred to the other guys, and I was already emotionally messed up because of that, and so I don't know what I was doing when you saw me at the end, but I was already kind of half wrecked because of those guys getting hurt.
You touched on Mike Davis already, but just for when he carries in the first 3 games,
he played a great football game. I mean, he played a great football game. He was so competitive and so elusive and so tough, and they're hawking the football, and he just would not give it up. He played a great football game, and he found out when we were here at the stadium that he would get a chance to start, and really we talked about we wanted him to start, because he had more background and experience in putting Rashad out there right off, without any warning and all that, knowing that Rashad would play, and Mike just came through beautifully. Our guys really believe in this guy. It's because of all of the work he's done since he's been here. He's been so tough and so aggressive and so competitive. He's just right at the heart of the kind of guy that we like having on our club. And so for him to come through in a big way, that's great. Really, I would like to say too that about this running game, these guys up front did a terrific job today. There's been some teams that have a hard time running on these guys, and our guys to put up 170 is awesome. That's right where we want to get to. We can play off of that. We can fit off of that. We can put our team together off of that kind of. It's the closing of the circle that we talk about: special teams, defense, and then running the football. And I'm really fired up for where we are the last 2 weeks.
What was it after Earl got hurt? There's a lot of players out there. So, I mean, what was it sort of like on the sidelines? Was it
Well, it was difficult to get back the juice in the game a little bit, but at least outwardly, the guys all were in it. Everybody was determined. They wanted to win the game. Just said the same thing, win the freaking game. And Earl said the same thing, as that's at least give us that kind of thing on the way out. And everybody took that very seriously, and that's why I think you saw the explosion. I mean, it's a great win on the last play of the game, but I thought that was an extraordinary explosion by the team in response to the win.
that final drive to do that with no timeouts? How impressive was that?
Yeah. Unfortunately, we messed our timeouts earlier in the game, and so what I can tell you is these are situations that we've worked on numerous times, and Russ, we looked at it, no timeouts, here you go. Was it 130 or something like that? 150, yeah, 150, and that's plenty of time for us to move down the field, and that's I was really happy that we were able to mix the run and the pass in there to get it done, and Mike had a couple terrific runs in there to do that for us.
What happened? I mean, Carson worked out before the game, and then what?
Yeah, just couldn't quite get right. We once he felt it in the middle of the week, we took it easy on him in hopes that he would be okay on game day. He was really close, but just not right. And CJ had bounced back for us as well. So it just wasn't the right thing to put him out there. So next week he should be okay. We'll keep our fingers crossed on that.
Either on the field or afterwards, what have you said to her?
Just hugged him up and loved him up about it, and I was so impressed with how poised he was. It was amazing.
That situation almost reminded you of what happened with Richard Sherman here last year. The injury to him last year here.
Those kinds of injuries are just, horrific, and I don't equate that. Totally different guys.
Did Earl say anything to you when you talked to him?
Yeah. He said appreciate you, and he knew. He just was so aware of what happened. He just knew exactly what had taken place. He was very giving to everybody that was there. Every player, the coaches. He was in the locker room as well.
Is there any way is this injury similar or related to the one he had a couple years ago?
He thinks it is.
What kind of U-turn job did you guys do? You and he do last week? You mentioned.
What kind of what'd you call it?
U-turn. How you U-turn that situation around? I don't know what you said right now.
Yeah, if you would have listened to what I was saying from all the way through the process of it, I was always counting on that we would be able to figure out where to go with this thing, and I knew it was going to take time, and we didn't have the time when we weren't together, and so given the opportunity, we just have so much background and so much history. I just thought that we could make it, and we talked our way through it and made sense of what was coming up and the opportunities and all of that, and it's what makes it so, makes it so hard that this is what happened this week, So can you turn? I don't know. You're really never going to know. But it's one that I feel very good in my heart about. I love Earl. I've always loved him. I've loved everything he's ever done for us, everything he stood for, how he's been a leader and just the guy out in front always with his unbelievable heart and competitiveness and drive to be great, and I've admired it the whole time. And it wasn't always smooth, but it's always been good. And I'm proud of the relationship that we have. Heart breaks for him.
Do you think this is the last time?
I don't. I hope not. I'm not counting on that. I hope not. One thing he does know, he knows how to deal with this. He got through it and he came back unbelievably. So.
Anything else? Thank you.